I have heard of the Alexandra technique, and from what I understand of it, it's they're quite hands-on, and it's quite cognitive as well. But apart from that, I don't really know precisely what it is.
The Alexandra technique isn't really a thing. It's a process by which you become able to enjoy more ease, more balance, more vitality, more inner peace, and yet have more energy. It's a better way of managing your energy stores, because it's how you actually use your body. That's a terminology, we know that a lot, what it means. To use something affects how it functions. But we tend not to think that we actually use our body as we live from day to day. But we do. Every single thing that happens to us in life is a stimulus, and every single thing we respond to. So it's how we respond to it. And mostly what I call over-physicalise everything that we respond to.
Emotionally
so we may have an emotional response, and we will physicalise that into a lot of tension and compression within the body.
So you hold your shoulders when you're tense, don't you? And
yes, you do. There's all this going on, and there's this protection at the front, and they become familiar. They become kind of who we are.
Comforting as well, don't they? It's an automatic response.
That's interesting, that they can be comforting as well, because of the familiarity of it. But we often take these on in very early life, or in a situation that ceases to be relevant afterwards, that it becomes almost a habitual knee-jerk reaction.
As they have it,
So funnily enough, we can be children and very, very scared of a situation, and we go into a physicality about it. And we go on doing that right into adult life. And it's because we go into a scared physicality that we feel scared as an adult.
And is that
chicken and egg?
Society sort of makes that person, enforces that physicality, that scaredness, and it doesn't help you sort of come out of that shell. You tend to find that you think something's bad and someone's telling you it's bad, so then it becomes a real issue.
Yes, I think that's a really good way of putting it. Certainly nobody ever says, because they don't understand this, that we have a choice about how we physicalise, make up words, how we physicalise an event. They just look at us later and maybe say, your posture's bad, sit up straight.
They don't actually tell you how to fix it or why you got there in the first place.
And this is a big, big thing in Alexandra technique, is that what happens is that the tension that pulled us into this protective shape, or this board shape, or this whatever shape we are, maybe it's this shape. This was my shape. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. I wasn't fine inside. I was this inside. So the tension that pulls us into that shape, especially if it's the downward one, is still there if we just then try and sit up straight. So we've got the tension pulling us down and the tension trying to pull us up. And that's exhausting. So we get up and we slump down again. And Alexandra's technique is about becoming aware of that tension, that specific tension that's pulling us down, and learning to release it, and learning to use the body's postural reflexes, a natural inclination to open, to lengthen, to widen, to deepen, so that the body comes back into its natural balance. It's what I call blueprint design, or its default operating system.
So do you do that via, do you manipulate the body, or do you teach the individual to manipulate the body?
I don't manipulate as such. It is hands-on, so it's, yes, manu, I suppose, hand. I'm using my hands to bring attention to various parts of a student's body, and using my voice to back up what my hands are doing, so that I'm asking the student to allow the releasing, and my hands are also stimulating the body to release, so that me, the student, and the body, I know we're all one, actually senses that, associates that, that thought brings about that release, and that. And also needs the Alexandra teacher's backup, that even though you're now much more balanced and open, and it feels kind of nice, it also feels wrong, because it's unfamiliar. It's unfamiliar. So in that sense, you need the teacher. I don't think it's easy to learn from a book, because you wouldn't put yourself in a position that feels wrong.
Well, if you're used to a particular alignment and you think that's correct, how do you put your body back into a different alignment? Because it feels alien, it's not correct.
So this is the Alexandra teacher is always very, very finitely, very acutely, making sure that what the student is feeling is what's actually happening. So the hands-on and the verbal is constantly going. And we're not trying to find a position in Alexander Technique. It's often perceived as about positions. It's actually about flow. It's actually about the body being able to move freely. So if you take a photo of a body in movement, you get a position.
Yeah.
But we're never really, even sitting here now, we're not in a position.
Completely still.
Never completely still. So it's about unfixing as well. It's not about fixing positions, it's about unfixing.
Breaking habits, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
teaching the body new techniques and
Yeah.
things. The amount that you touch the body, you would touch in certain areas just for a small amount of time and then...
Yes, the touch of an Alexander teacher can be, the touch can be, it's light, it's listening. The other thing my hands are doing is listening. The first thing I will do when I put my hands on somebody is not go straight in and start moving a student's body, because I need to sense what's going on, and I'm not just sensing what's happening under my hand right there. I'm assessing, I'm able to sense the flow and the integration of them. So I might have hands on the shoulder, or on the chest here, and that's where I'm listening to the whole body. And I can actually bring about a change in the knees from up here, or up here in the knees. So I'm working on the whole body all the way through. And so the hands may be on, quite some time, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, while I'm listening, and then putting in an invitation. Or they might be very light, moving around very quickly, little fingertip butterfly touches.
That's incredible.
Really. But they're connecting with the vocal, connecting with the teaching aspect, which is, bringing your awareness to your knees, or your this, or let go here, or think of that.
Yeah,
it's building it's
like cognitive behavioural therapy for your body, not necessarily just your brain. You're actually association through your body.
Absolutely, because they're totally joined, psychophysical. Start that again. Psychophysical, emotional, spiritual beings.
It's all intertwined, isn't it? It's a union.